Hey guys, Coach Santiago here, talking about travel ball. And in this particular chapter, we're going to talk about how it helps you and how it may hurt you. So I'm always going to end with the positive. I'm a positive person, love to be positive, and so I'm always going to end with the positive stuff. So let's talk about biggest ways it might hurt you when you're considering making this decision. The first thing is overuse injuries. We're seeing a tremendous increase ever since I think that the year was 2012, where travel sports just kind of exploded in this country. We're seeing a huge rise of young adult and even 12-year-olds, 11-year-olds, 10-year-olds having high overuse injuries. Okay, high school athletes all the way down to about 10, 11. We're seeing a lot of that now, and so that's the biggest thing is the event business used to be a few select weekends. Now it's every weekend. I can get into a million different reasons why that is, but the bottom line is it's in the economic interest of those who are administering these events to have as many events as possible. And it's not always in the best interest of youth and families to continue participating in that, to avoid you. Remember, kids who are growing, their muscles and their bodies are not similar to what you guys watch on Sundays in the NFL or every day in Major League Baseball or WNBA or NBA or whatever sport you're watching grown adults participating in. These youth athletes do not have the same body mechanics, they do not have the same body control, and their muscles and bones and everything are still developing. So there's a high risk for injury there. The other thing that's happened ever since about 2012 with the explosion of the event business is, there's a lot of travel players that are not of travel quality. And we all know that. It's become a very watered down situation. It's become very, very much so a money maker for some folks. And now, it used to be, only the top, let's say 20% of kids in each city got the opportunity to play travel ball. That's drastically changed. I would say right now it's probably 80 to 90%. I call that checkbook sports, but that's what it is. So you may have a very serious player, or a very good player, or a player that is not ready, or whatever the case might be, and there's just a lot of people that are it's watered down. Bottom line is it's watered down. The other thing is because of that watered down situation, it's going to give you a false sense of security. There's a lot of people that I see who come across travel sports, they get involved, and you see mom and dad kind of put their feet up on the coffee table and say, well, we've got Johnny, we've got Susie, she or he, they're doing travel. So that means that they're set. The travel coach is going to do everything. We don't have to worry about it. College coaches are going to call. They're guaranteed to make the high school team because they're playing travel, yada, yada, yada. And that, again, is not accurate information. At the end of the day, Johnny or Susie still have to be athletically advanced enough to help a high school team win ball games. Or if they want to play in college, they have to be athletically advanced to help that college come their senior year or junior year, whenever they're being recruited, to help that school participate at a high level. Now let's talk about some good things that come out of club travel. The competition should be, keyword there, should be a little bit better than you're going to find at your recreational levels. So you're going to see people who are making real investments of real money to get involved in the sport. And so you should see a higher level of talent, and look, it just feels a little bit better and cleaner than what you're going to find at the recreational events. Nothing against rec players, nothing against rec organizations, but if you're getting involved in travel sports, that's usually a big reason why. It's usually also, the next point is also, it's usually a better service. You're usually getting a little bit more of a service. Some of these people are doing this for their business and their livelihood, so they're kind of expected to deliver you guys with a better all-around experience than you're going to get at the recreational level. So you're actually, going to pay more, but you're going to get a lot more attention. You're going to get a lot more guidance, and you're going to get a lot more feedback than you probably would outside of some exceptions at the recreational level. The last point I want to make is, travel sports is usually, because it's more expensive, and some of them are really expensive. Um, if you're not participating in some of the watered down stuff, you're probably going to be around more serious kids. One of the things I see a lot when you go to some of these camps and some of these recreational things is kids who are there who don't really want to be there. They want to go play with their friends, or they want to play computers, or look on their iPhone, or whatever the case might be. And travel sports, really, at the end of the day, is going to attract the best coaches and should attract the best, most serious players. So, you know, there are some things you have to look out for, like I mentioned earlier in the video, but at the end of the day, it's all about where you're at, and if the people that you're surrounded by are of first class citizens. Do they conduct themselves? Are they honest? Are they trustworthy? And are they really there to produce for your family by providing them with some good coaching, or being a good teammate, being a good family around your particular player? So be selective. Understand that this is a business. It's a $15 billion business in my sport, which is baseball. Um, as stats came out last year, it's a huge business. So we have to know that whenever there's a boom of some sort in any business, it's going to open the door up to some people who probably shouldn't be in that business. As always, pleasure sharing this information with you guys. If you have any further questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to contact me via phone or give me an email, and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. Thank you.